Hey everyone, welcome back to Open as we continue celebrating Asian American and Pacific Islander Heritage Month. Our last guest is a New York based singer songwriter who creates a unique sound by using traditional Chinese instruments with a blend of influences from jazz, R&B, and soul, and Mandarin pop. And her lyrics tell relatable, hopeful stories of her experience immigrating to the US from China, struggling with identity and her path as an artist. Please welcome singer, songwriter, and educator Vivi Hu. Hello and welcome.
Hi,
It's good to have you here on our first episode in studio.
excited to be here.
Well, all right. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you on expanding on your artistry, right? So I read in your bio how you've now feel this need to express your political voice through your music, and considering what we've been going through for the past couple of years, let's talk about how that evolved.
So at first I was just trying to figure out who I am as an artist, and then in this process, I just feel more and more connected with my community, especially here in New York City, in Chinatown. I started to get more involved with the activities there. I do like performances there and talk to a lot of people there in Chinatown. And then I started to hear what their concerns are and what their hearts are. So that's how I started to think, okay, as an artist, I have the ability to create art or music. So I should let my music to be able to reflect people's thoughts and my community's voice.
And the beauty is that you also do it bilingually.
Yes, yes. So yeah, obviously, like I grew up in China, so I speak Mandarin, and I learned English growing up, and so I think being able to do both is great because many immigrants um, they came here not necessarily speak super fluent English, but also like the second generation or third generation, they have perfect English, but their Mandarin might not be as fluent. So I think being able to bridge the two is it's a good thing to do, especially when there are some like cultural conflicts happening inside the family, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other thing, it's good. It's wonderful to have the ability to fuse your cultures, right? And honor thyself in essence, right? Because you do speak both languages, and you are here, and you do live in the United States, and but yet you still want to represent your culture. And right now, there's a lot of shifting that's going on, and I had the privilege of listening to your music video, the one that describes the no mega jail in Chinatown, and I have to say I wasn't even aware of this mega jail that is being initiated to reside in Chinatown, and I want to share with our viewers the story behind you creating this video.
Yeah, so that was at the time actually a lot of anti-aging crime that's happening. Before before I knew this news, I just learned about the death of an Asian lady who was killed at her apartment in Chinatown. That was like a week before I heard about this mega jail thing, and then I heard about, oh, they're building a mega jail in Chinatown. After this, right after this happened, I couldn't believe it, and it's so it just hits so close to home. Like I feel like it could be me. Like next one could be me. So I gotta say something.
No, it's and the what I found really I guess serendipitous is that there happened to be a protest that loaned itself to the story and the song that you present and have basically put on record. And so where are you or where is Chinatown now with this mega jail? Where does it
So
stand right now?
Yeah, so I know like many local organizations are getting like different rallies happening, and I know a lot of meetings are happening. We are standing together. We are doing our best to let our voice be heard. Just like you said, like many people doesn't even aware of this is happening. So I think now we just really need to let people know about this and let people to stand with us to fight against this, because we don't think that's safe for the community there, and we don't think it's fair for especially the women, children, and elderlies there.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful thing to just see everybody coming together, rallying, because, sheesh, I mean, we're already living in tight quarters, right? Like, go build it somewhere out in the suburbs. Well, I hope nobody from the suburbs is listening. I mean, just in an open area is really what I mean. In an open land where it's not going to impact the immediate environment, right?
Exactly.
Right. And so yeah, good for you for standing up, and I think it's awesome that you were able to create a music video off of it. And so before we go, because I know you're going to be presenting in our Open Artist Spotlight, but I wanted to just have a little dialogue about tea and how significant it is within the Asian culture, right? And so when I saw the name of the video, Oolong Tea, Oolong
Yes. Yeah.
tea. And then when I started researching oolong tea, I was like, oh my goodness, this is like, it's like its own practice.
Yeah, so Oolong tea is very famous around my hometown area, and making tea in general in my culture is just a good way for people to connect, for people to just in some like celebrations to do. And for me personally, I grew up in a family that making tea is a tradition. Like we make it every single day. Um, so every morning, me and my parents, we would just like sit there and have some tea and take our time to just chat with each other, bond with each other, and share some funny things in life, and talk about what we're gonna do. So it's just a very nice way to start our days. So yeah, that really gives me peace. So I wanted to bring that into my music and bring that to whoever listens to my music.
Well, thank you. Thank you for explaining it to us and inviting us into your world, into your customs, your traditions, and you guys. Once again, that was Vivi Hu, artist, vocalist, composer, educator, and guess what? Don't go anywhere because when we return, Vivi Hu is going to perform Oolong Tea for us after the break.